numbers coming out, and just gonna wait here and see unemployment claims. We've got spreads jumping around again, so we gotta wait for the market to settle, digest the news, and then we can go ahead and look at some of these. Unemployment came out at 360, so about 30K worse than what was expected. Not a big deviation. Core CPI came out a little bit less, 0.1 lower. You can see the yens are having a stronger reaction than most, more specifically the dollar yen. Yeah, you can see that Eurodollar had a passive. Yeah, these yens are really came down and gave perfect signals. I'm going to look at Eurodollar at right here in the teens. I'll actually use the window to scale in. So again, I'm going to take a portion of my position here. I'm in at 14, and I'll look to add to the rest of my position here at 21. Again, I'm using the scaling in method in module 7. 7.3 actually is the lesson number. So again, I've got more ammunition to put on up here in the mid 20s, really more about 24 or so, and using this 10-point window here to get the price back down. And when I do get in my full position, my average fill should be somewhere around 20, so I'm going to go ahead and put the stop at around 26 to give me a 7-point stop. I understand right now that I'm sitting in a 12-point stop, but keep in mind I'm in only a partial position. And as this trade works out, I will go ahead and go to break even and just manage this trade individually. But as of right now, in the initial move, I'm waiting to see if I get my scale in opportunity. See the price is having a hard time getting through these Fibonacci levels here. Again, we're up in the sell zone. Created several signals in this area. If it does want to push through and pop up here to the 20s, again, I'm in a partial position. I can go ahead and add to it, and I'm still in a winning position. But here I'm up 4 or 5 points, so I'm going to go ahead and just go to break even, manage the trade individually. If I get stopped out, I'll re-enter. Come on. Had a chance there to go ahead and take 9.5, almost 10 points. Didn't do it, but I don't have any risk in the trade anymore. It's a light position, so I really want to see this thing get down into the 90s, and I may just get taken out for break even, and that's okay. I'll go ahead and just look to re-enter up here to better position. Dollar yen, we've got that coming down here again to the 10. The first time around was really the trade with this. I won't do anything a second go here. I'm going to watch Eurodollar. Let's go, Aussie Dollar. Come on. Here we go. 54, 55. Here's our first entry. I'm still liking it up at 65.70. So I will go ahead and fill my position if we see it. I would love to see this thing get up to 65. And I'll go ahead and fill the position there. And then from there a tight stop right up above 70. I want to see 65. To go ahead and re-enter. Come on, Aussie Dollar. Let's go. 61. 62. 63, 64, 65. So We are in a full position from here on out. And let's go ahead and get my tight stop in here, 10 points. Here's our Aussie dollar, here's our signals. Now what I'm going to do, I've got my lower fills down here, and since we're hanging around here for so long, what I'm looking to do is minimize the damage on my fills that were worse. So as we get this thing to drop down, I'll go ahead and take off a couple of my positions, and what you're going to see is my average fill becomes much higher. And I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy back a couple of my lots here, and now I've got my good fills up at 65, and I've got my stop at 69. So I've closed out of some of those for break even, haven't lost anything, and now I'm in a position where I can go ahead and take the risk out, and I still have a larger portion of my position on that I can manage and collect profit from. But I'm out of the trade, I haven't lost anything, and I've protected myself. So scaling in, it's just a defense mechanism. It increases the winning percentage of your trades. Where you just have to be careful is when you see one that's not working out quickly, is to go ahead and lighten up and then manage the trade from there. Now we've got our crosspairs all pushing higher, and the 1 minutes are working their way higher. So I'm going to look to take a good portion of my profits here. 8-9 points. I mean, it's just it's really being very resilient here. So given that I've kind of had to battle this thing, I'll go ahead and take the close to 9 points. I think I got about 8.7. And I've got my stop to break even. So ideally I wait down here for this low 40s. And here we go. We're finally getting the crack that we were wanting. And so I'll take some more profit here with 16 points. So a little bit of managing on that one, but you've seen this resistance level and this signal. I mean, again, had to be patient, had to do some managing, but trust the signal, trust the system, and know that the odds are in your favor. And that's what it's all about. Low 98. I'm looking for something mid-90s into the session. Dollar yen, doing the same thing. It's tempting to go ahead and execute here with these black PMDs at big figure. Here we go. I'm going to get in a partial position that I can go ahead and get in down here in mid-80s. If we see it, just in here at 95. And I will go ahead and look to re-enter if we get a drop down into the 80s. Just got my protect order pulled up here, and if we get a run down, I'll go ahead and execute the rest of my position and put my stop in from there. Now because it's a partial position, I'll leave my stop a little wider because it's down at 82. I'm going to go ahead and look to fill my position out here in the mid-80s. Get my average fill down around here. I'm on a full position, then I can go ahead and kind of adjust my stop from there. And again, if this trade starts working out, I will go ahead and protect it and just look to cash in on it and manage it as any other trade. Been in the trade here for 5 minutes. and it just doesn't seem to want to pop to make the move here. So I may just look to salvage it, get out, break even, get a point or two. I would take my stop to break even, but I'll get stopped out at break even. Yeah, we're running into this big figure from the downside, and we're not working back above it, not as quickly as I would like. Our green zone is calculated pretty far away here. I'm gonna kill it for break even. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Alright guys, want to do a session recap here, go over some of the signals, some of the trades that I took. We'll start here with the first recording. This was just after the 8:30 mark when we had a news announcement. We had euro yen, pound yen, and dollar yen all sell off pretty heavily. Euro dollar spiked up nicely and gave us a passive opportunity. I went with the Eurodollar rather than the yens because of the spreads. The spreads on the yens were a little wider right after the release. So I went ahead and went with this opportunity here on Eurodollar, and basically came out of that at break even. It just didn't give me, I was up as much as I think 9 points. That extra point, I just didn't get it. So nothing gained, nothing lost. And those were the two signals. Some of the guys who got into this here ended up doing well with it, and then we just had this recent signal with Eurodollar that I ended up taking a break even on. It just didn't give us the type of bounce that we wanted. Pound dollar, there was nothing on that. Aussie dollar, this was a trade I actually made some points on. Lightened the position, ended up taking 10 on a partial, and then about 15 points on the other. I think maybe it was a little less. Had a lot of guys in the room that had better fills than I did on their full position, and they rode this down to the 1 minute. So it's not uncommon for some of the guys in the room to do better than even us, some of the moderators. And vice versa, it goes both ways. But again, very well managed trade. This trade here, unfortunately, I wasn't around. I stepped away from the computer for a little bit, and this happened. Several traders took advantage of it. I didn't get it. And the yens, again, we had these signals right after news. I don't know if anyone took those. I know some guys took the dollar yen. And that was pretty much it. We had these signals and this one. All of them worked out well. Today was a day where you kind of had to do a little bit of managing. Some of the Eurodollar trades didn't work out right away. If you're one of those guys that likes to, leave your stop at 10 points and give it time, you did well. If you're one that's aggressive with your stops and you like to eliminate risk right away, it was a little bit tougher. You probably took some break evens. But you kept the account where it's at and ready to grow another day, so nothing wrong with that. Anyways guys, that's it for today, May 16th. We'll see you in the next video.